You guys, I'm so sorry if it felt like I rushed through this video. I just knew that I had to get it out by Wednesday. I feel like somebody's life is going to be impacted by it and they need to see it in divine timing, and my camera's dying, so I had to rush through it. I'm so sorry and I love you. Please enjoy the video. What is up to all of my little unicorns, new and old? It's your girl, West Indie Ray, back again with another information-filled video. You guys, I know it's been a minute since I've been on my YouTube, but I could not delay this video any further because I've been actually meaning to get this one out like for months, if not like over a year. This video has been on my list for so long because I feel like it is the single most important part of everything that I talk about. Now, I know that I'm sounding really vague right now, but I'm just gonna get right into it and say that today's video is going to go over what I believe personally is the most important rule to a spiritual journey. Now, I'm gonna contradict myself because the whole video is about how there are really no rules to the spiritual journey, but the most important rule, if there was a rule, is that your spiritual journey is your own, okay? And when I say the spiritual journey is your own, it's not just something that I say because it sounds cute, it's something that I say because I know it to be true. Sometimes when I look back at my old Facebook memories posts, don't ask me why I do that and put myself through that misery, but sometimes when I look back at those posts, I look at myself and I get really introspective and I see some of the things that I was talking about online or just believing in my life, although they weren't really bad or like condemning anybody or, you know, like super narrow-minded or anything like that. But sometimes I literally just sit there and I'm like, sheesh, I used to think that, or I wasn't thinking big enough, or like, why would I even say that? Or now I can see where the other opposing side is coming from, whereas before I wasn't able to see it at all. And that just goes to show growth. So you never know where different people are at in their lives. You never know if they'll ever be where you're at or if they were where you are at 3 lifetimes ago. You never know that. I always say that we are not on a spiritual journey, our whole lives are a spiritual journey. So before you were even like conscious of the fact that we're on this journey here on this plane on earth, in this realm, we were doing our thing. Who knows how far back that has gone or what level we're on right now. So as much as we hold our religious and spiritual practices close and we want to, you know, encourage other people to explore their own spirituality, they also have to process, they have to have their own experience. We can persuade them, or they can decide that something that we say is valid enough to add into their toolbox or to explore, but nothing that we do or say can actually change a person's mind. And my main reasoning for even bringing this topic up is A, because it's really important that we don't try to impose our own will on other people. A lot of religious texts even talk about, you know, the ability to have free will that people are supposed to have. So we have to work with the nature of the universe, because if not, it's just going to make things harder for everybody. So if the universe is telling you that people have free will, your religious texts are telling you that people have free will, why try to go against that and force people into submission? It simply does not make sense. And the second reason is something that I think is equally as important as the first, but I just believe that people should be very critical of the teachings that people try to give them. And what I mean by that, because I realize that I might not be saying this in the most clear and concise manner, but what I really mean by that is, like, you know how when you come to my YouTube channel, I tell you a bunch of things that I know to be true. I just tell you what I think and I say that it's my opinion and that you don't have to follow what I say because I'm not the end all be all and I don't know everything and I'm on a journey just as you guys are. Even if I was the type of person to think in my head, like, there's no way that could be true, like, this person is wrong, I would not go out of my way to share that with you guys because I understand the importance of your own journey. I try my best not to rob people of their own journey and their own experience that hopefully will get them to their specific destination. If I'm going to Publix and you're going to Walmart, I can't give you the same directions as me. I can't print something out on MapQuest and give that to you and expect you to go from your home to Walmart with the same directions that I'm using to go from my home to Publix. It just doesn't work like that. We are meant to have two completely different life experiences, which is why we were born to different parents, which is why we have different educational backgrounds, and why we've come in contact with different people, and why we have experienced different love and different trauma in our lives. A lot of our ancestors might be different, therefore we need to do different things to cleanse and heal the bloodline. We're on two completely separate paths. So I really just want everybody to take heed when they're asking for advice. There are some things that you can ask about if you feel like somebody has more information on something more technical, or like, you know, how they personally got into connection with their ancestors, or the things that they found in their religious text of choice. Then that's perfectly fine. You guys feel free to share information, because you might be that person who needs to come in contact with a certain person to get them to change their mind in a certain way. But I really urge you not to try to force somebody into submission, and I urge you not to listen to what somebody tells you to do just because it worked for them. Do not allow yourself to be robbed of your spiritual journey, and do not rob anybody of their spiritual journey. And that also ties into my belief that if anybody is really trying to get you to follow what they practice so hard, unless it's like your mom or your dad or your grandparents, which obviously those people want the best for you, so sometimes they'll try to persuade you really hard into something that may or may not resonate with you. But especially if it's like a leader of an organization, or maybe a friend that you just met, you know, sometimes people try to enlist and recruit people into their cults and things like that. Like, it's a really scary world out here. But if it's somebody who maybe does not have your best interest at heart, or maybe has an ulterior motive, I highly suggest that you guys take precautions. Okay, be critical about every single thing that they tell you. If you find something out there and you think it's true, and you think that, you know, it could be a great addition to your spiritual toolbox, I highly suggest go for it and do your research on it, okay? Don't just hop into it. But be very careful about who you take your advice from. I personally don't take advice from people who have not healed their ancestral abuse and trauma that they may have experienced, or trauma that they have inflicted on other people. That's just my preference. You guys could do what you want with that information, but be very careful about who you follow, because I see more and more on Instagram, on Twitter, on YouTube, people following others like on a cult basis, and it's really just not healthy. And the best thing that you can do for yourself and for your loved ones and for your ancestors is to tap into what is true to you, to what feels right to you, because like I said, no two people are on the same exact path. So I really just encourage you guys to tap in and to look and listen for yourself. My camera's about to die, so that's about it for this video. Make sure to like, subscribe, comment, and share. Follow all my social media accounts right down there, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace. I hope this helps. Bye.